Hey there, Regina Anley here, and it is time for Coffee with Regina. And today I have my friend Amy Cain, Train with Cain, with me. And Amy is this amazing fitness person, and I'm going to let her introduce herself. Tell us who you are. Welcome. Thank you for being here, and tell us who you are and what you do and why you do it. Let's just get right into this because this is going to be so cool.
Hey everyone, my name's Amy with Train with Cain. I'm the founder of this Train with Cain fitness nutrition program that I've designed. I started it because my story is back in the day when I was in high school, I played soccer and basketball for the high school. I actually played D3 college ball for basketball, college ball, top scorer of the soccer team. Graduated college. I went to Wentworth Institute of Technology, a technology school, and I got my bachelor's degree in computer engineering. So I got the computer stuff behind me. So I got jumped right into this computer world here and got really into, you know, building. I actually like healthcare services, software design for healthcare systems. So what happened? I had to go. I had to start in being a consultant. So I was a consultant, traveling, going from. I lived in San Diego at the time. San Diego. I'm going to Chicago. I'm going to LA. I'm going to Massachusetts. I'm on the road Sunday through Thursday. And let me tell you, this road, being on the road, puts a damper on your life. And so my body fell through. I did not have any workout clothes. I ate really bad. There was tons of meetings at night, networking events for the company. So what are you finding yourself? Eating out, drinking all the time, and not doing anything purposeful for your body. So a friend told me to come to this cycling class and this bike cycling class. And I'm like, oh man, I'm sweating bullets just thinking about going. And I go, and the trainer just goes, I'm turning up the music, turning down, my voice, and the lights are going off. And this is your ride. What are you going to do with it? And that was my turning point. That's when I knew that I'm crying. I'm bawling my eyes out because I lost something inside of me that was so important. And what's important is that I'm getting chills even just talking about this. Is like it just meant so much to me that having your mindset of physical activity helps mentally. And that helps with building a business. That helps if you have a strong mindset of knowing that you can do things and stop self doubting yourself and bring yourself up, then you're going to be super successful in that business. And so I start my day every day now with workouts, helping others to clear that mind, build confidence. The Again, confidence is another huge part of this. Is the more confidence you have, you're more standing up still, right? You're standing up nice and tall. You're owning it. You're owning your body. You're owning your world. And that's how you are going to be successful in the business. So my name's Amy with Training with Cain. This is how I all started, by this one cycling class that renewed basically my whole journey. And now I'm on this whole passion of life, of this mental toughness, physically and mentally. So
I
thanks for
am
having me.
I absolutely love this because my audience knows that I'm a workout nerd because I do obstacle course racing and that kind of thing. So I was so happy to have you on because when you think about it, entrepreneurs when you're, especially if you're a solopreneur, you're a coach, you're a consultant, or whatever it is that you do, chances are most of the time you're sitting. I'm sitting down right now. I do have a stand-up desk, so I stand up part of my day, and there's a reason for that too. We can talk about that, but most of the time we're sitting down, and our bodies weren't meant to sit down all day long. And even if you're working a corporate job, if you're watching this and you work in a corporate job, chances are pretty good just sitting at a desk all day long. And like you said, you were a consultant, you were at all these meetings doing all this business stuff, and that's great. That's as soon as you said that, I was like, wow, that is like the definition of all work, no play.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and so, I mean, you think about it and, you know, you really need to take that time out for you. We talk about work-life balance. This is like work, body, body and mind balance. It's not even just life. I mean, it's the taking care of you because if you're not healthy, if you're not, mentally in the right place, if you're physically starting to get aches and pains and your neck's bothering you all the time because you're stressed out sitting in front of your computer and typing and stuff, you're eventually going to burn out. So it's really super important to have someone like you that is going, okay, you know what, let's take care of the body and the mind piece too, so that you can make your business more successful.
yeah, and especially having kids, to piggyback on what you just said, having kids, right? That puts a lot of stress on your body. Um, and we always, as a mother, I'm a mother of two. My son is 10 and my daughter's 8. And as a mother, we always put our kids first or our families first. And we make 100 excuses for ourselves, right? Oh, I don't have time. I'm so tired. I got to get to this job, right? I'm sitting behind this computer. I got to go do this or that. I got to run my kids, to the soccer field, to the basketball court, whatever else, to a friend's house. We never make time for ourselves. And that's where we need to think differently. We need to make time for ourselves so we are less stressed about taking our kids and having a healthier like mindset to approach our family. So we always give like 100% to everybody else, but we need to take care of our bodies. In order to take care of our bodies, it is to work out and eat healthy. And another spin on that for the kids is that the kids are always watching you. So I'm leading by example for my kids by doing events, by showing them that, hey, I'm eating, this avocado versus, something else that like this fried food, right? So I'm taking opportunities to teach my kids to eat healthier, to live a better lifestyle. And honestly, my excuse to like working out is that I'm in a way better mood. I'm not doing it for the muscles. I'm not doing it, to be skinny. I'm actually doing it as a mind connection to my body and how I act towards others. So
You,
that's
you,
yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point because some people think like, well, I'm working out to be skinny. I'm working out to do this, and it's like it's not. There is a mind body connection when you work out, and like you said, it's when you work out, it releases those feel good chemicals. So anybody who works out, those of us who work out on a regular basis know you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh crap, I have to go to another workout. By the time you get there and you get done workout, you're like, yes, I worked out this morning, and you feel so much better. It's because all those endorphins were released, all those chemicals were released in your body. It made you feel better. It actually helps you have a better day, be more productive, get more done, have more energy. I mean, I love your energy. You're just bouncing around there.
Yeah,
It's
no.
like, yeah. So,
Yeah, actually, the quote of the day today, I always do a quote of the day. And the quote of the day is that there's no bad workout, right? The only the only bad workout is the one that you don't do. So
I love that.
every workout that you do, you're never going to be like, yes, your inner mind, your inner thought here, mine is Felicia. So I could say, bye, Felicia. So, but my inner mind here always is like, dude, you could skip today, or I'm tired. But movement builds energy, and movement builds like success in growing a business because you wear so many different hats, and because you're like a family person, so you have to keep going. But yeah, there's no ever. I've never even said yes. Tried to talk myself out of doing a workout, but after you just show up, it's, man, I showed up. I did this for me. Now let's go conquer the world because we can do this. We just let off a ton of either stress. If you're under stress, it's a huge stress reliever. So much endorphins get released through the body. It's just an awesome set. And like I said, there's no bad workout you're ever going to be like, man, I really wish I didn't do this workout today.
Well, first off, I really love that you named your brain. So, so, so that when you really like get pissed off at the brain going, well, I can like sleep in this morning. I could do this. And you're like, screw you, Felicia. We're going to work out. Deal with it.
Yeah, you gotta name that inner voice. It's like, bye, Felicia.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. Now, when you think about it, though, for people who maybe have never really done any kind of workout or anything. Now, I work out on a regular basis, and I'm looking at your background there, and I see all the weights and see all the stuff. For somebody who doesn't work out, that can be really intimidating. So when somebody is going, you know what? She's right. All I do is sit in my chair all day long, but I have absolutely no idea where to begin. What would you tell them?
Yeah, start easy, start simple. You'll see tons of Instagram like posts and Facebook feeds and what to eat, what not to eat, and that's where you get all crazy, right? You're like, oh my gosh, I don't know who to believe, what to believe in. Start simple, right? If you're boiling water for pasta, what can you do? It takes 10 minutes or 5 minutes to boil water. Add simple squats, right? Good form, back is straight, all your weights in your heels, okay? You can do wall sit ups, right? You go on against the wall, you can do nice little wall push ups, right? Or a lot of my focal point is a core. So you can easily do a couple core workouts. And that's because the core, the midsection, is connecting your top and your bottom. A lot of people with lower back pain, right? So a lot of my focus is around the core. So we can start very simple, very easy on simple exercises. You do 3 sets of 10, literally 7 minutes a day. I actually do a 8-minute core work every class, but that would be where I would start, would be the core, a simple squat. If you have bad knees, you don't go all the way down, you just go a little bit down and up, down, up. You can always do calf raises, right? So calf raises, up on your toes, back down, squeezing that booty, right? These are simple exercises. If you incorporate this every day or three times a week, and you do 3 sets of 10, start there. That very simple things that you guys can do. And you would notice already a big difference in your mind.
I love that. And Sean just bounced in and he said, this isn't like the other coffee chats because we're always talking business stuff. And so just as a reminder, I know you came in a little late, Sean. That's okay too, because you can always catch the replay. What we're doing here today is going, okay, you're sitting in your chair all day long. You're an entrepreneur and you're not moving. And it's critical for you to take care of you, male, female, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're not taking care of the physical you are not going to be, you're not going to be, you're not going to be in business for long because you're going to burn yourself out. And he goes, yeah, your guests are usually sitting down. Absolutely. Our guests are usually sitting down.
Oh no, we're moving,
baby. Today we're doing a high energy and how do we like get more energy in the room, because the more energy you have, the more those feel good endorphins that you get from working out, the more you take care of you and you take care of that body and mind connection, the more successful you're going to be, the more productive you're going to be. And one of the other side benefits of this is when you act like this, when you show up like this and you show up with that energy, people are naturally more attracted to you. So your clients, your ideal clients go, oh my God, I want to work with her. I want to work with him, because they're so energetic. They're so passionate about what they do. And it comes through when you're doing something and you're like, yeah, hi, I'm Regina. And today we're going to talk about AI and we're going to talk about how to do some prompting stuff. I mean, that is like totally boring, right? I mean, I wouldn't want to work with me. If I was like that. It's really all about that energy. And when you do all of that movement, yeah, Sean just put in this into the chat. It's like, yeah, he's absolutely right. Movement is so important, and the sitting all day long is bad. That's
Yeah.
why I personally, I have a stand-up desk. I rotate during the day. I'm up, I'm down, I'm up, I'm down. I'm like all over the place. And then I get up and go for a walk. Generally speaking, I try not to sit any longer at any one period than a half an hour before getting up and moving, because it's like you can't be stagnant, because if you become stagnant, you're going to burn out, you're going to lose clients, because they're going to be like I said with my little example there, it's like, oh my god, it was like, she's like totally no energy, she's kind of boring, I don't want to work with that. When you show up and you have that energy, that confidence, we talked offline before we got on here that working out and getting that energy and those endorphins, it builds your confidence as well. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, confidence and, yourself, you're representing yourself, right? So no one's going to talk or know about your business more than you are. So the more you show your passion, because obviously if you're starting a business or doing something in the business, you're passionate about it, or you better be, because that's what's going to get you up every day. People have their different whys, right? Why do you get up? It, my business coach, he gets up because of his kids. I get up because this is my passion. This is what I absolutely love to do, and I love to share it with others. I know I can benefit other other people just by moving, and like arm circles, right? Arm circles. Everyone wants to lose this part right here, right? Everyone's like, I want arms like Amy. That's like, yeah, you do this 30 seconds one way, switch direction 30 seconds another way, raise the roof, right, for 30 seconds, and then bat it down for 30 seconds. Tell me how your shoulders feel after that. And you're going to be like, oh, yeah, she's right. Okay, that's just simple movements that we can do sitting down if we really want to, in between meetings. Trust me, I'm a business person, a business lady who goes in between meetings, not just working out. Okay, there's other aspects of this as well. So there's tons of places where I need to be sitting down behind a computer, right? We're talking about AI. If you specialize in AI, I also use Suno, Suno, and that's a music. There's a couple other ones, but Suno, I use playlists, and my playlists are through Suno, and just the music, right? A good vibe on the music gets your energy going, and then you have the trainer or the coach that's helping you out with that movement, and also, you know, the community. Let's talk community here. If you don't have an accountability person in your world, you need one. Either with a business, right? Your business coach. Everybody needs a business coach. Everybody needs like a fitness person. A friend can be your fitness person, right? To hold you accountable. So it's like on those days that it's rainy, it's gloomy, it's cold out, you're like, yeah, Felicia's talking to you. You're like, no, we're going in and we're going in. We have to do it. It is what it is. And you're going to be sore. But like I say to my clients today, hate me now, love me tomorrow. So it's hate me now because I'm making you work hard, but you're going to love me tomorrow because you're going to be like, oh man, that was such a good workout. So, and that good workout builds confidence and builds you up to represent who you are today and to, thrive on that business that you are trying to build up.
I absolutely love your energy, and I love that message, because it really is true. And Sean mentioned something in that note that he put in, is that research is showing that standing desks are now bad. And I don't know if that research is good, bad, or indifferent. I do know that at my standing desk, I don't just stand, and because just standing is kind of like just sitting. If you just stand and you don't move, so
Add
yes,
some calf
absolutely.
raises.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're sitting there and you're not, if you're standing there, you've got your stand-up desk and you're just standing there typing, that's just the vertical sitting, right? I mean, you're not
Yeah,
doing anything else. But like Amy just said, I mean, you could sit there or stand there and do calf raises. You could be typing, doing calf raises, or kicking your leg back and
yep.
pulling your leg back, doing little marches or something like that. You can move you could put some movement in there. I know people who have those what are they, the little desk treadmills,
Yeah.
and so they have a stand-up desk, and you wouldn't even know that they're walking the entire time you're talking to them. They're standing up and they're walking away, getting their steps in, and you wouldn't even know that they're walking. It's actually pretty cool. And I've actually been thinking about getting one of those myself because, it keeps you moving. So yes, to Sean's point about the stand-up desks, the research being that they're not all that great, there's something to be said about that. If you're not moving, if you're standing up and just standing there, now you're just basically putting all your weight on your feet, and again, it's stagnant, right? So you're not doing anything. So yeah, speaking of steps,
Ha! I was just about to segue into that.
you got,
Say
you,
mine.
you got something coming up. Tell us about what's coming up.
Yes, I have September. That's right. I did not misspell it or missay it. September is starting September 1st. So it's going to be a progression build up. So week 1, you're going to do 6,000 steps. You can track it on your iWatch. You can on a Garmin. If you carry your iPhone, there's a health app. There's other apps, walking apps that you can use. Uh, what is that one? Stava, something like that. There's a couple walking apps that you can download, and it'll track your walking. So what I'm asking for, and it's free to join, everyone's welcome to join. If you get the most steps in and meet all the requirements, then you can win a free month with Train with Cain. And I do remote work, so you don't have to, or online training as well, so you don't have to be physically in Fort Mill, South Carolina. But so September, week 1 is 6,000 steps for the entire week. The week 2, we're building up to 8,000. Week 3, we're building up to 10,000. And week 4, we're building up to 12,000 steps. So that's per day, 7 days a week. You're going to really feel the weather's getting cooler. So we're going to really feel that big difference in that nighttime, evening walk. If you have kids and they're at soccer practice, that's a great opportunity to go for a walk instead of sitting in your car doing some things that, might just take up time scrolling on Facebook. Put on some put in some earbuds, and go for that walk. Track your steps. It's September, TWC September. Facebook link is down below, and definitely join. It's free to join. It'd be awesome to get as many people in there. And again, you can win a free month with Train with Cain.
I love that, and I love the September. Very clever. And I'm going to join your challenge as well. Yeah, here's the thing: for most people, as long as you're able to walk, and I actually do have some business clients who physically can't walk too much. So when we talk about doing some of those seated exercises and stuff like that, you could do that. There's always something that you can do, no matter what. But walking is one of those things that, as long as you're able to walk, it's one of the simplest things that you can do. And I know you said put earbuds on, but I find that I get some of my most inventive, creative ideas when I go out for a walk and I don't have anything. I'm not listening to anything. I have people who are like, oh yeah, I listen to podcasts when I walk. I listen to this, I do that. I'm like, no, I just walk and I have nothing on. I have my phone with me because I have it. I use what is it? I think it's Track My Run. If you know the app, I'm not sure if you know that app. It's
There's so many out there.
Map My Run. That's it.
Oh, Map. Oh, yes. Yeah, yeah.
Map My Run. I use the free version of Map My Run, and I don't run. I'm walking, but it still tracks your miles and your steps.
And it's free, right?
It's free.
A lot of people say, I can't afford a gym membership. Well, walking outside, that's why I'm saying I'm not even asking for the gym membership to sign on. It's free. Walking is free. So you can go outside, you can do it around your house if it's raining out. But like you said, listening to nature, the birds, and things around you, you actually do get a really good mindset of, because your list goes, right? Your brain's always moving. And it's like, man, I have this to do, this, right? You're going to all this stuff to do. But if you can walk and get that, you actually settle your mind down, and then you really pinpoint your top priorities to get things done that way.
Yeah,
So
and
definitely
I
there.
do find, because that's what I do. I walk during the day, so it's like I always take a break and I'll walk. And the reason why I do that is not just to go for a walk. It's literally you're at your desk. So say you get up, you have your morning coffee, you're sitting at your desk, and maybe you're there for a couple hours. You're in and out of a couple meetings, or you're working on something, you're creating a program, you're creating content, you're doing whatever it is that you're doing at your desk for your business. And then all of a sudden you're like, man, I got to move. And your head is full of all the stuff you got to get done.
Yeah.
When I go out and walk with nothing going on, probably like the first half mile, I usually try to get like 3 miles in. And so usually like the first half mile, my brain is like, oh my God, talk about squirrel. It's like all over the place. It's, oh yeah, don't forget to do this. And we got to do this and we got to do that. And oh my God, I have this meeting this afternoon. Oh, I forgot about this. I got to do that. And literally it's like that, like psycho crazy. Within about that half mile, all of a sudden it just starts going away. And it calms down. It's like, oh yeah, we'll get this done. Oh yeah, let's just walk. And then it literally opens up your subconscious. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, you know what? We could do this too. Oh, that's a great idea. And all of a sudden, the stuff starts flowing because you've allowed it to process and open up. So walking is huge. And when it comes to, being a business owner, just going out to have a walk, like you said, if it's raining out or something, walk around the house or walk in the house.
Right.
It doesn't matter where you're walking, just go for a walk.
Yeah. TWC, Train with Cain, September, Facebook, join me there, like my YouTube videos. I'd be happy to, get as many people, on this journey with me. It's been a ride.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So
we're still cruising. We're still cruising high.
It's so important. And yes, this website here, that's this Facebook page here. This is this is Amy's main. Is it a group or a business page? I didn't even.
That's a business page right there. Yeah.
Okay, so that's your business page. I'm assuming the September information is on there as well.
Yes.
Okay, and then I'm going to make sure that underneath all of these areas, so Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, where we're streaming live right now, the links will be underneath. So if you want to join Amy, I know I'm going to join Amy because I can use some accountability and some challenge for getting my steps in, because being totally transparent and honest, yes, I don't always get all of my steps in. I have all good intentions of getting my steps in, but I don't necessarily get it all done. And I love how you have it spilled out over the month. So go over it again. So week 1 is
week 1, and I was just about to say that too, because it's important, because I don't get 12,000 steps a day. So that's going to be like week 4 is going to be a huge challenge for me personally. So it's challenging everybody. So it's starting off at 6,000 steps a day. Then
totally
and it's
doable.
Okay in which is 42,000 for the week. So if you go for 4,000 one day and then 10,000 the other day, it still will count within your 42,000 steps. All right.
I'm only laughing here because when you say 42,000 steps, my brain went, oh my God, that's a lot of steps. And I was like,
yeah, we break it down by day.
Right? It's only 6,000 a day. Think about walking. I was my brain automatically went, oh my God, that's a lot of steps. And I was like, I know I do more than 6,000 a day on a regular basis. So I'm like, yeah, think about how many steps you take.
Right. And so first week will be 6,000. The second week is 8,000. The third week is 10,000. And the fourth week, that final week, is going to be 12,000. So that's like doing a lot of walking outside. But the weather's getting cooler. That's going to be the end of September. So, you're getting ready. Take that morning walk, that afternoon walk, that evening walk. My joke is that I'm going to take the week off and go to Disney, because we get 32 steps. Usually you get about 32,000 steps. So I'm taking the whole week off and going to Disney.
There you go. Plan
vacation
around your challenge so you can get your steps in.
You got to lead by example, So if I don't do it, I have to make it achievable, but yet a challenge. And that, let me tell you that even that third week for me, I don't always get. I average around between and 10,000. So those like that third and fourth week is going to be a challenge for myself as well. And that has to do. That's also with like weightlifting, right? Not to turn the spin, but with weightlifting as like older women. I'm 45 years old, so that third set or that fourth set that we do, we don't have to do all 10 reps. It's 6 reps, but maybe you're going up in that weight to get that 6th rep in, right? So just think about that. Every rep is going to count and every rep is a challenge. And that's where, every day is a challenge, right? It's how we're going to conquer that challenge with our mindset and how we're going to do that. And that's with our body and our mind being in the right space.
Yeah, absolutely. I love what Sean just said because he said mall day or Disney. And I forgot all about that. So thank you, Sean, for that reminder
Yeah.
because we have a mall here in Salem, New Hampshire, where I live, and they open up early and there's walkers. So if it's a crappy day, especially in the winter and stuff like that, if you have a local mall, chances are pretty good you can just go walk the mall. And a lot of people I know in Salem actually do that because I did that years ago and I haven't thought about that in ages, but that is a great idea. And where it
Does
is like
Amazon have a
12,000.
does Amazon have a store? Because we all order Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, mall day is awesome though. I think that's great because
Yes,
we used to always walk the
maybe
mall.
maybe you can walk into a Walmart because Walmarts are pretty big.
Yeah,
Do the circuit around Walmart.
keep picking up things, more things than you ever need, right? But
Yeah, I mean, 12,000 steps is a challenge for yes, most people. And well, I guess that's why we call it a challenge, right? To see can you get it in. So we are like overtime now because this has been great. So I want to thank you so much for being here because this has got to be the most energetic coffee with Regina I think we've ever had. Bouncing around, even I'm energized now. I'm like, this is great. I want to go. I'm gonna go walk now.
challenge doesn't start till September.
I got to start getting warmed up
Yeah, you
though.
gotta get warmed up before the challenge. I got you.
Yeah. Sean says he can look at his step history. His high days, what is that? Are always the day we went to the mall. Of course, you're walking around. You got it's like going from store to store to store, or just
Yeah.
walking the mall because you just want to look around. It gives your eyeballs, it gives your brain something to check out too, right? If you're doing a mall walk, I mean, outside, I like listening to nature. I look up at the trees. I always tell people if you're walking, remember to look up. Look up and see what's going on around you and stuff like that. Don't just like focus. I see so many people. I live in a neighborhood where there's a lot of walkers, and they either have the earbuds in, or they're looking down at their feet, or they're talking on their phone. And I'm like, you're missing everything that's going on around you right now.
And I heard a podcast a few years ago, but it was about standing up tall, and when you walk,
Mhm.
you keep your head up. And you will build your confidence just right there of walking tall and you notice everything around you. And it's exactly, and so now every time I'm walking, I walk with my head up. I own it. I walk it like I own it. And it's just
Boss lady.
one of those things that it builds your confidence and you get to see everything around you. The pavement looks the same. Look up ahead. Look up. The world is around you. The world is so bright, and go for it. Go for whatever your goal is, and don't let your mind or your body to tell you no. Go for it.
I love that. That is a great note to end on here. And don't forget to sign up for the September challenge. The links for everything are going to be right underneath Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube here. So check out our page. The September is free, and let's do this. I'm excited. Thank you so much for being here,
Thank
Amy.
you so much for your time. I appreciate it. So awesome. Nice to meet
That,
y'all.
that's what we have this week for Coffee with Regina. We will see you next time. Bye for now.